welcome to another Top StarCraft broadcast. I am Top Madness, I'm the voice of Top StarCraft, and I am bringing to you a very cool game from one of my friends from the Terran OP Hatred Shelter. Again, I'm a pretty active member of the forums, and my friend OTL sent me this video. He is a very highly ranked Diamond Terran trying to get into Masters League, and this is actually a Zerg player. He is ranked very highly. He is, I believe, top 35 or something in his Masters League. So the red Terran spawning in the top position on Metalopolis is my friend OTL, playing against Albatross, the blue Zerg, spawning in the bottom position. The cross positions on Metalopolis can be very difficult for Terran players, and let Zerg expand. However, the one saving grace is the Zerg is forced to expand towards the Terran. As you can see, these bases are getting closer and closer to where the Terran actually is. So that is the one advantage of spawning in these locations. However, Terran would really like to see at close positions. It's a much better situation for early attacks. Solid Depot has gone down, as barracks should be here very shortly. Looks like we're going to get barracks right there. And barracks actually being blocked here by the drone. Barracks being forced back to here. So very good micro here, already delaying the barracks by Albatross. Again, Masters League players, both very, very solid. This game is quite epic to say the least. And I am super excited. So getting back here to OTL's base, the barracks about a third of the way done at this point. More drones being pushed out here by Albatross. Not seeing anything. Probably going to see a 14-14 pool, I assume. Looks like we have an Overlord already spotting, and here comes the hatchery down right now. Spotting for any kind of bunker, any really early cheesy play coming out here from OTL. A gas deal has been done by Albatross. It is one of those things you don't see enough in any StarCraft game. It really limits what Terran can do opening wise. It forces them into a very bio-heavy play. None of that two-port Banshees, cloaked Banshees, even very heavy, like an early Thor push is really delayed by stealing that gas. So a very smart decision here by Albatross. OTL's going to have to push out some Marines now real early and make sure to kill that kill that extractor as soon as possible. We see the scouting SCV being pulled, being chased away by that drone. The pool is down, and here comes the extractor. Going to get some gas. Probably going to first 100 straight into Zergling speed, metabolic boost, whatever you want to call it. Very important upgrade, especially on these long map positions. It's going to allow him to scout, maybe even get a little early aggression. Excuse me. SCV getting trapped there against the hatchery and will be destroyed. My voice is questionable at this point. I've been sick all week. That's why I haven't been casting games. People think it's because I'm lazy, but no, I actually just have sounded terrible. This is the first day I've really sounded, coherent, functional enough. Once again, saving up gas for that metabolic boost. OTL's Marine working away here on that extractor. Same time he is dropping a factory and as well as a reactor, so we'll probably see a swap here for reactored Hellions. It is a very good choice against Zerg, and again, these long rush distance mean fast units like the Hellions will be able to get in a little bit earlier than you expected. But Albatross already dropping a spine crawl. He suspects some kind of early aggression, early harass coming out here from OTL. It's a very nice position because there's no easy run by. A lot of times people put their spine crawler right here, and the Hellions can just run right through there and into the main. So great positioning. Starport coming down here for OTL. I'm almost positive we're going to see reactored Hellions at this point because he's not put a tech lab. There we go, and he's going to swap right here. So we will see a reactored Hellions. They are, again, a very good harassment option. Getting back here, we see another spine crawler well positioned by Albatross. Going to try to stop that Hellion run by. It's going to be very important that he doesn't let his drones get roasted. They are very, very expensive. The spawning pool has started its research. Zergling speed is on the way. At the same time, OTL getting his starport. It's almost complete at this point. We'll probably see medevacs coming out of here. Just straight Marines coming out of this barracks from OTL. We may see a Viking, however. Early Vikings are very good at killing Overlords, and you'll see that fairly often. Terran players will get out a very early Viking just to try to snipe some Overlords, and we can really mess the Zerg up. Going back to Albatross's base, we see there's a Baneling nest on the way. Baneling's a very good choice in any TVZ matchup, but especially because of OTL's build, which relies heavily on light units. Of course, Hellions are in fact not armored, so although they're not light, they will not get the bonus damage from the Banelings. the Banelings are also more resilient than Zerglings. The Banelings are not light either, so the Hellions will do reduced damage, but Banelings are so effective against those Marines. And it looks like we're going to see 2 scouting Zerglings coming out here for Albatross. His Zergling gets roasted at the tower by 4 Hellions, so he knows what's going on. He immediately pulls his pulls his queens to the ramp to block this ramp up. He blocks this ramp. Hellions will be much less effective. However, this Roach Warren and this Spine Crawler are going to have to hold this side that Hellions can get, which they can get in, so these drones are vulnerable, as well as this Spine Crawler being unburrowed and trying to burrow itself back into the lines to defend. However, a few units going down here. Looks like these drones are in trouble. Hellions trying to squeeze into some areas. They're going to get a free few Zerglings and just get out of dodge. Check that unit's loss tab real fast. Yeah, so barely worth it here for our Terran players so far, but he's got to be careful. Losing these Hellions is a big investment. And I would like to see an SV come out to repair this, and it looks like Vikings are on the way. He has swapped the starport onto this reactor, and he's making Vikings now. Vikings are a good choice, however, not very good against those. Albatross slipping up, allowing the Hellions into the base. Looks like he's being forced to defend with his drones. Never what you want to do against Hellions. They are very good, but not terrible losses at this point, because the drones were able to get a good surround and take out those Hellions fairly quickly. Vikings patrolling, looking for overlords. These overlords will be in trouble, but there are 2 queens here who will be able to defend them fairly easily. But that overlord is definitely going to... Oh, a transfuse being used on the overlord to keep it alive just a little bit longer. OTL needs to micro this Viking away, and looks like he is going to be able to get that overlord. The queens are scared back by those few early Marines. No production going on here from Albatross. He's too busy microing, but he does get that first Banshee. He did get that first Viking, and these roaches are able to clean up those Marines. So overall, pretty good defense here by Albatross thus far. We see a command center is completed now for OTL. He'll be morphing that into an orbital command very shortly. There we go, right on cue. Getting back here, we're seeing a Hydralisk Den as well as an Evo chamber. So definitely, anti-air is the focus right now for Albatross. The Vikings have proved very annoying, and those Zerglings just being in the way. OTL needs to drop another bunker. There we go. Bunker is down. But Vikings coming in the back, looking to do some harass, get these overlords. But Albatross right on top of it, sees it coming. These 2 queens are going to try to pick off as many Vikings as they can, but it looks like that overlord's going down, and possibly the other if these Vikings are microed correctly by OTL. Definitely. Oh, a transfuse going on that overlord, going to save it and force OTL to back out. He does not want to lose these Vikings. They are very expensive. But these overlords are vulnerable. This Viking is going to go down. OTL not paying attention, obviously pulling that one last Viking back. Roach Warren is researching Roach Speed, Glial Reconstitution. Oh, I gotta learn the names. I just call them, what they are. Zerglings Speed, Roach Speed, Hydra Range Increase. It's actually Grooved Spines. It's just kind of stuff, important stuff to know. Banelings, Centrifugal Hooks has not been researched. I'd like to see that's a very potent upgrade against Terran. Same time, Engineering Bay going down for OTL. It's about that time when Mutalisks can start to come out. So he's obviously preparing himself, going to get a few turrets up probably soon right here. Again, hasn't seen the Spire yet. He has had great scouting from his Vikings and can tell you the Spire is not down yet, but it is getting around that time. A 3rd expansion being taken here by Albatross, and actually a 4th, but being flown over right by a Viking, but not spotting that expansion going down. So definitely an unlucky scout here for OTL. Excuse me, I need a drink. My voice is about to go. We do not want that to happen mid-cast. Spine Crawler is constantly being repositioned here from Albatross. OTL security is natural, however, his supply blocked. Once again, one of those things that just happens throughout any game. Armory going down, so we're going to see a transition into Thors here. No siege tanks are coming out from OTL. This would be the time for him to attack Albatross. Albatross is double expanding. It looks like OTL looking to move out with his units. This could do a fair amount of damage, however. Mostly Vikings, not a lot of ground forces to really capitalize on the weakness that Albatross has right now. Actually, OTL could scout this top expansion, which could be very detrimental. But I'm not seeing... There's a rally point here, but I didn't see any units go that way. So Vikings coming in the back, going to look for some more overlords to hunt. Not going to find any, unfortunately. It looks like a Spore Crawler is on the way to defend this base. Another Spore Crawler here as well. However, a Queen throwing her little darts, going to try to pick away. Actually, if these Vikings land, they can do a ton of damage to this Queen. Vikings do kill Queens fairly quickly. Looks like Hydra's moving up here. Roaches moving into attack OTL's expansion. He has a bunker and a fair amount of Marines, but that's a lot of Roaches. And they're actually just going to run right by and attack these SCVs. No defense here for OTL. Poor SCVs getting massacred. Lift off here from the command center, and these SCVs are going to have to retreat, run away, escape, whatever you want to call it. But Looks like now these roaches are stuck. They do not burrow. They cannot just fall away. So they're going to try to move their way right up in the main, but barely closing those flight depots. OTL saving his main, saving his EVs, and a very close battle here could be very, very important. Looks like OTL bringing the Vikings back. They're going to land and try to defend because there's a lot of roaches. They're doing a lot of damage, losing a ton of SCVs at this point. However, Vikings are going to land and clean up, barely holding as natural. OTL, a little closer than I would have liked, but I'd like to know Albatross securing this third and fourth base right here, and very, very key. He's 2 bases up on the Terran right now and has just done a fair amount of economic damage. Check the harvester count really fast. Yes, 46 under 31. So definitely for our blue Zerg player an economic advantage at this time. We are seeing Thors coming out for Terran, a very, very good unit. Honestly, you don't see them enough, but units just streaming here over to this top corner, this third expansion here for OTL. From Albatross. Looks like he wants to lock that out, make sure there's not a Ninja Expo coming in. Banelings being morphed in. Do we have centrifugal hooks? Yes, centrifugal hooks halfway done. A very well-rounded army comes in right here for Albatross thus far. Just a ton of drones being produced, however. And that's how you can tell he's feeling pretty safe. However, lots of Banelings also being morphed in case there is a heavy bio attack. Looks like OTL still roaming the map with these Vikings. A very good choice. He's getting a lot of scouting on them, and occasionally we'll get a free Overlord. Those are very, very pesky. If you lose that Overlord, it is a pain in